And we're live. All right. Well, welcome to session 1 of Dune Adventures in the Imperium. This is Upturned Table, and I'm Jeremy. I'll be running the game, and with me are Matt, Will, and Terry. Hey, guys.
Hello.
Okay, now your audio's on. Hello.
Hey. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm so bad at that. Okay. And so we're going to be running this in Foundry, and this is just a non-official character sheet and some assets that we generated. But we will be using. So this campaign will kind of be. I want the players to kind of find their way through it and decide what kind of game they want to play. So I'm leaving it very open-ended. I'm using some of the pre-written pieces from the pre-written adventures that have already been published, mostly the digital, the PDFs for Dune, for the Dune RPG from Modiphius, and a lot of them, of course, are very Arrakis centered, and I don't think we're going to. I mean, Arrakis is a character, of course, in this world. It's going to influence things, but we may never get there. So if you're looking for a game that happens on Arrakis, this isn't the one. We created our own planet, our own minor house.
An inverse, really, right?
Yes.
Of Arrakis?
Yeah. Almost.
Right. Yes. So we'll go through and describe that a little bit. But first, I guess I should go through and get everybody, both the players and everybody that's listening, kind of up to speed about where we are. So if you listen to our session 0, we established a timeline and everything. So our current year is going to actually be about 75 years before the events of the Dune novel. So we want to kind of get out of the way of known characters and events and be able to kind of, make our own way through this universe. And the minor house that was created, I guess, well, let me start with the setting first. So the current year is 10-1-15 after Guild. And so in the Dune universe, the Navigators Guild, the Spacing Guild was formed, and the Navigators are the thing that makes space folding, kind of faster than light travel possible. So moving between worlds goes through the Spacing Guild. And so they were established at 10,000 years ago. So 10,000 years ago, the Imperium was established after the victory over the machines. And that final battle happened on a planet called Corin. And it was called the Butlerian Jihad because the Butler family was basically the biggest victim of what these thinking machines had become. And to kind of honor that victory, and that house changed their name from Butler to Corino to memorialize the battle on planet Corin, and they have been the ruling family on the Imperial throne, on the Golden Lion throne for the past 10,000 years. So House Corino is in control. They are the Imperial House. The Spacing Guild is another kind of major power in the universe, and basically everything is organized under houses. So there are great houses, minor houses, major houses, and minor houses. We'll be playing a minor house, and that just gives you kind of a power structure, kind of a feudal power structure that everyone is living in. It's hereditary rulers, and a house, a major house will definitely own their own, will basically be occupying their own planet, if not a little bit more than that. A minor house may have part of a planet or a moon, in our case, so a smaller holding, and they'll be a vassal to a greater, to one of the great houses. So there's kind of a chain of power that you have to respect, and that you've developed through, kind of pledging your fealty to smaller houses. But of course, you all owe your fealty to the Emperor. So we have the Imperial House, the Spacing Guild, and CHOME. So there is an organization that handles all of the commerce in the world, and that is the CHOME Corporation. So basically everything goes through them. Any sales of resources and goods between worlds, all legitimate, I should say, legitimate sources, they get a piece of, and they tax and control the commerce in the world. And the board, basically, of CHOAM is comprised of the emperor and representatives from the major houses. And they all have a say in how things go. And kind of the third big part of this triumvirate, not including CHOAM, is the Landsraad, the house, kind of the house lords. So that's the thing that kind of can oppose the emperor in power. They have representatives from each of the major houses, and they form this kind of governing body that makes the political decision who holds what territory, and also they obey the rules of Canley, which is a kind of formalized ritual, a formalized tradition of revenge and vendetta. So things can be settled in very violent ways, and if it's approved through the main houses of the Landsraad, you could be targeted for execution. You could have to offer a champion up for a duel that will decide the fate of your house. So it's a very formal. So this Canley is a very formal procedure for resolving grudges and vendetta in the world. And so, amidst all of this, we find our minor house of House Abecostrr. Roll the R. I can't roll the R. So House Abecostrr is a minor house with fealty. They're a vassal of House Atreides, and the current ruler of Duke Atreides is Duke Minotaurus Atreides, who is basically in the books, he would be the old Duke, the bullfighter, and famously died, not yet, but he famously died in a bullfight. And because of where we have set things, of course, there is no Duke Leto yet. Vladimir Harkonnen was just born, so we have a toddler Baron Vladimir Harkonnen, the heir, was just born. Shaddam IV, the Emperor of the Books, has not been born yet in House Corrino. So we're well ahead of that. The major event that did happen, though, was that House Riches has been removed from stewardship of Arrakis. So just prior to when we started playing, they were basically the fief of Arrakis was under their control. They actually were diminished as a house in a conflict with Ix, with the Talaxu on Ix, and they have basically taken away some of their power and some of their manufacturing, because now Ix is responsible for producing the Highliner ships, which are the ships used for the space folding, kind of faster than light travel. So they're the primary for the Emperor. They and the Spacing Guild, they produce those ships. So for now, yes. So Riches has fallen, and the House Harkonnen has taken over the control of Arrakis. But that has just happened. That's just a few years old. So we haven't experienced quite yet the full brutality of that house and how they will collide with the Fremen, and how they will squeeze that planet. And of course, the reason that we care about Arrakis at all is because the spice melange is found on Arrakis, and the spice is a substance that powers many things in the known universe. So the spice is what gives the guild navigators their ability to see the future and navigate through kind of subspace and allow you to move from one point to another with the Highliners. So the Navigators Guild is powered by spice. The Bene Gesserit use spice in controlled ways to help them kind of predict the future, and it also gives it allows for a longer life as well. So many people, it's an addictive substance, and the people, especially the people on Arrakis, have blue within blue eyes because of their exposure to the spice, but that also gives them long life. And so because it basically powers interstellar travel. It is the most valuable substance in the known universe, and the control of that planet means that whatever house has that as their fiefdom is very, very rich, because the spice is sold everywhere. But far away from all of that is the homeworld of House Abecostrr, which is Sanguis Maris. It's a water moon orbiting around the uninhabitable planet of Ferric. The core of this moon was found to be made of iron. And so very early on, it was mined in an industrial process, and House Abecostrr and its great men of science figured out a way not only to mine the moon, but to manufacture some of the greatest warships in the Empire from this iron mining, and they did this all underwater. The byproduct of this, though, is it created a blood red color to the waters of Sanguis Maris, and so it looks like a blood moon, but that is just a kind of an iron oxide particulate that has risen to the surface along with a red algae that thrives from this contamination. So the House Abecostrr is a vassal of House Atreides, and when they were when the official ceremony happened, and they were given basically the moon as their domain, a gift of 10,000 moonfish, which are a fish that thrives on Caladan, the homeworld of House Atreides, were given as a gift and dumped into this red, very contaminated looking water in a ceremony. And everyone assumed that they would instantly die in these murky waters, but surprisingly, in the following years, they found that these moonfish had thrived. They were colorless because of the lack of sunlight, but much larger. So they had become a staple food and actually an export now from the moon. So this kind of white giant moonfish exists due to the ceremony with House Atreides. And the other thing that other technology that was developed by House Abecostrr to kind of aid the fishing industry is they created these things they call sea wells. So they use some of the propulsion technology developed for the warships to create these deep wells, which allow them to kind of hold back the red seas of the moon and allow sunlight to penetrate deeper into the other layers, allowing sea life that would need sun and algae keep doing that need sunlight to thrive. So a fishing industry has also grown up. So foreign species and also domestic species have been able to be sustained by these holes that they create in this opaque surface of the moon. So that takes us, I guess, the next thing, the ruler. So the ruler of House Abecostrr is actually a dowager. So the Duchess Eberlin Peer Abecostrr is a widow. The Duke, her husband, was killed due to chicanery. So some mysterious, something that will kind of uncover, events that will uncover. But there was a horrible conflict, a horrible battle that took place, and perhaps a betrayal or a planned assassination. We'll figure out exactly what that was that took the heir, the son of the Duke and Duchess, and left them with their granddaughter, Cinti Abecostrr, being the heir to the throne of House Abecostrr. And because of this tragedy, the Duchess herself suffered from immense grief. Her mourning period was quite long, and she turned towards Orange Catholicism in this universe for kind of comfort, and her faith has become quite strong. So she and the kind of Orange Catholicism in the universe it's not an organized, centralized religion. It's basically the Orange Catholic Bible was written as a kind of a survival manual or a greatest hits of the religions of old Terra, and it's meant as comfort to help people, navigate their way in this horrible universe after millennia after the Terra became uninhabited. So the Duchess is a follower of Orange Catholicism that will affect a lot of the decisions, and also written into that book because it was written after the Butlerian Jihad, the war against the machines. It is very anti-technology. It says that no technology should be in the form of a man or should replace a man. So it's very anti-technology. So that makes this house, even though they're industrial and they produce these very effective war machines, the ruler of the house has turned very anti-technology. So that will bring us, and then I guess let's see. The murdered duke was Duke Alonso Samak Ab Saf Abecostrr. So he died under mysterious circumstances, and the heiress now is, of course, his granddaughter. So her parents were killed along the same time as another character's parents. So, Matt, would you like to introduce your character?
Oh, yes. So I'll be playing Jack Alebra. His role in the house is envoy. So he's effectively an ambassador for the Dowager Duchess in the house. He is first cousin to Cinti, and therefore I think technically second in line to the throne. And he knows it. He's a young, sort of energetic, and he's power hungry, but motivated to be power hungry. His real focus is vengeance on those who killed his parents, the Dowager's husband, Cinti's parents. And he's just kind of decided that if you want something done right, you should do it yourself. And that sort of motivates him to acquire power in order to do it himself. He's convinced that he should ultimately end up being Duke so that he could properly exact revenge on the enemies of House Abecostrr.
Excellent. Very good. And the technology, basically what got the vassalship, I guess would be the term, with House Atreides was their the war machines, because House Atreides works closely with the Emperor to kind of quash any rebellion or any uprisings that would oppose the Empire. And the great grandfather of our next character, Lendris Tebrovin II, was basically the genius responsible for figuring out the manufacturing underwater of these warships closer to the source of the iron. He was also able to secure other materials from the uninhabited planet that the moon orbits. So it became a very resource-rich process, and all due to the technology that was created by the great-grandfather of Will's character. So can you tell us about your character, Will?
Yeah, my character's name is Kel Tebrovin. As you said, my grandfather is the initial genius designer of our warships, or warships that we sell really more than use ourselves. But I'm telling you, I would be even better than he was if the Duchess wasn't holding me back. But her hard line, like no technology stuff, is really making it hard. So most of the stuff I've had to do lately is just cosmetic changes, adding a little glitz and glamour. They're selling good, but I don't know if they've really improved too much lately. Overall, I think Kel's he's kind of enjoying his position as advisor, even though he's not really being listened to very much. Mm-hmm. A little upsetting. But I think he may have attached himself to Jack and hoping that if Jack gets a little bit more power in the house, that he may be able to change the rules and take some of the shackles off, so I can really, really create something new.
Excellent.
And that's basically what my drives are.
Excellent. Well, the only thing standing in the way of Jack as heir would be Cinti. So Cinti Abecostrr, the granddaughter of the Duchess, and if you want to get to her, you're going to have to get through our next character. So, Terry, can you tell us about your swordmaster?
Sure. My character is Cars Cruel, and a lot of people tease him about his last name because it sounds like cruel, but it's spelled with a K. He is a sword master of House Abecostrr, and he's trained in dueling. He believes in truth, and he believes in karma. What goes around comes around, even if he has to do that himself.
Nice.
He is the person responsible for training just about anybody in the house that has any fighting skill at all. And he also is personal bodyguard to Cinti and any of the other members of the house that any of the other direct family members of the house.
Excellent. All right. So we are, as I mentioned, the year 10-1-15, and we're going to open our first scene in kind of the official meeting room in the palace of the House Abecostrr. So let's see if I can actually get you there. There we go. Okay, and so just technically, because they're a minor house, each session will start with 3 threat for the GM, and then the players each have a point of determination, and we'll kind of go through how that's used as it comes up, and then they'll be able to also generate momentum to a maximum of 6 that they can hold on to. All right, so we are in. You've been in this room many times. The standard kind of marble. Beautiful meeting room of House Abecostrr, and views of the red ocean are out every window, and you are here to hear the details of the next. It's basically a planning session for the next great breaching. So Kel Tobrovin is basically going to run this meeting and explain what the next great breaching will look like, maybe who the guests are that have been invited, and so just giving, because this is the house itself is, of course, very industrial based, but also very extravagant. So as you can see from some of their interiors, and if you've seen any of their ships, you know that they're not very Spartan. They're very Baroque in their design, and that's become kind of a calling card for House Abecostrr, and that's all due to the invention and genius of Kel Tobrovin. So, but the Duchess pauses and tries to and stops Kel from beginning the meeting and says,
That's what. Oh,
yes, I'm sorry. Yes. First, let us begin this meeting with a blessing. And she bows her head, and she has her orange Catholic Bible on the table. She places her hand on it, and begins, Heavenly Father, we come to you today to ask for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us to engage in meaningful discussion. And I just lost my place. Allow our house to grow closer and nurture the bonds of all present. Amen. And she kind of looks.
amen.
She kind of looks around the table to see who has actually participated in the prayer.
Oh, amen. Amen.
And if any of you would like to roll, I think your understand to kind of give get some details about what you're, and that this is nothing. This will be a level difficulty roll, but feel free if you'd like to get some information just from the clues in the room about what you're in for.
Absolutely.
As related to what she just said in her prayer, or the whole situation?
No, the whole situation. Kind of like, if you didn't bow your head, you were kind of looking around the room, kind of assessing. Okay. So what was going on and who was there.
That sounds like a truth roll to me.
Yeah, it sounds like a truth roll.
Sounds like it's right up my alley.
I'm going to say that my character never bows his head.
Okay.
And wouldn't close his eyes or pray or anything like that because he needs to keep an eye on everything.
Oh, yes.
Make sure that everybody is safe and
very good.
All that.
I'm sure I bow my head, but I probably keep my eyes open and give a amusing uncle-y like wink at Cindy if she looks up type thing, like, haha, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, then I scowl at him.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm not sure if I missed something, but what is the Great Breaching?
Oh,
is that what you said?
Yes,
this was about?
Let me tell you.
Yes, that will be explained. No, unfortunately, the Duchess cut him off. But yes, Kel will tell you after you roll. So, who is somebody want to roll for their understand? Okay,
I'll give it a shot unless you want to, Jack.
Oh, go first, please.
Let's see. Is it just 2d20, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, Dune roller. Oh, we select it. Okay,
yeah,
understand and truth.
Yep. Yeah.
I probably don't need to spend my determination yet. I'll just give it a good old roll.
All right, go for it.
Whew. Well, I got one success.
Okay.
Are we all rolling or just one person?
And anybody who wants to. You don't have to. I mean, it will. It's a 0 level, so it'll generate momentum. Is the only. Yeah, it's that. It's that old chestnut. Creating momentum. Okay, so that's one momentum from Kel's roll, and then two from Jack. All right, so you guys have 3 momentum, and you can spend that momentum on additional information. But because you both had successes, so the thing that Jack notices is that Kel approached the table and laid out what looks like a lot of paperwork. There are scrolls and all kinds of rolled plans and things. So this appears like it's going to be quite a presentation. And you've seen this before.
Very entertaining as always.
But you're in for the long haul. And what Kel notices is that at each position of the table, of course, the meeting is attended by all the roles of the houses, kind of whether they're needed or not, just so they're informed and just so they know if they need to be present or not at this ceremony. So the chief physician is there, of course, the envoy, the marshal, spy master, sword master, of course, the treasurer, who is a mentat, and the war master are all present at this meeting. And in front of each of their places at the table, a little bit away from them, probably an arm's length away, is a small chalice of wine, and on an ornate gold plate is a wafer. And many of you probably know how this meeting will conclude from seeing that.
Everyone's going to be drunk.
It's a very small chalice of wine.
Okay.
All right. So, so she, the Duchess raises her head and please, Tobrovin, please inform us what are we in for the next great breaching?
Oh, something truly magnificent. I actually have no idea. Do you have something planned already, Jeremy? Because I don't. I don't have anything planned for my breaching, but it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, no, I just
streamers, lights.
Yeah, I just wanted you to add. So you explain. We can kind of hand wave. You explain this great ceremony, but I wanted you to be able to add whatever detail you wanted to, and if you have any ideas about who you would like to have in attendance. If there's any specific representatives of any houses or anybody that you think of as a good customer for the house, if there's anybody that you're thinking of, you would like to see attending.
It'd be amazing if some lesser important person from Atreides was there. Of course, that'd be like what I'm trying to do is get their attention. So maybe there's someone who's not that important in reality, but who I hope will get my name.
Of course, we will send all the appropriate communication to House Atreides, and we will get the highest authority that we are able to view this great ceremony of yours.
What are we breaching? Is it a troop transport or?
I don't know what the scales we actually work on. Are we talking about hundreds or ones of ships that these breachings
I would
are
imagine,
doing?
yeah, if you're doing like fighters and things, I imagine it's quite a number, and so it's quite a kind of a spectacular, kind of like a aquatic, like a water ski air show kind of combo.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of flying in formations and a lot of the amazing, anything of scale, of course, rises majestically from the red waters, and the fighters fly in formation.
And I imagine I've started to put design elements into the ship's exteriors that are only designed to make the water cascade off them in awesome ways,
Exactly.
but don't actually help in any practical method once they are in the air.
Of course.
I would suggest we invite an envoy from the Spacing Guild so that we can get their seal of approval. It'll help with sales and make.
I assume that was guaranteed that someone would be here. But yes.
And it'll make everyone nervous having a guildsman around.
Yes, that's very good thinking, Jack. Of course, the guild must be present. And let's see. And so, they're so the procedure will kind of go on as usual. This is not your first great breaching. This may be the greatest of your great breachings, but it's not your first. And
each new one is better than the last.
Yes. And so with a lot of fanfare and showmanship, Kel will direct. And so, you've of course spread plans, and so you've shown off what will be presented, and then kind of given a.
This is when the orchestra kicks in.
Exactly.
And when the
Firework.
they'll do a complete turnaround. At that point, I've timed it so that the water will just about have dissipated from all the pools attached to the tops of the ships, but a fine red rain.
Oh, if you could orchestrate some sort of drone maneuver that would force the moonfish to breach at the same time, wow, that would be quite impressive.
Oh, yes, indeed. Sure, I can come up with something. This is really ignorance. Are we talking about like ink and paper that everything's written on, right? Because we aren't using computers and such.
Right.
Is this all like hand drawn? Okay, so totally scroll and like almost papyrus, but not. And
they also engrave things on like metal scrolls too.
Right.
Oh no, then that's what everything's on. I don't do anything except for on like thin laid out like gold sheeting that sparkles. Yes.
I'm going to try, Jeremy, if there's a moment to kind of lean over to Cinti.
Oh, sure. Uh-huh.
And just say, oh, cousin, did you receive that book on Caledonian bullfighting I had delivered to you?
Oh, yes. Thank you very much, cousin. It's not quite my interest, but I appreciate the gift.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll try harder next time.
Have you ever seen one of these bullfights?
I'm going to say yes.
Nice. Yeah, it would be a thing. And because you're a vassal house, I'm sure tickets are available. But so she's very very wide-eyed and impressed by that. So how old we're calling her granddaughter. How old should Cinti be? I don't think we've talked about characters' ages. Just to give
I think her and I should be kind of similar ages, and I was imagining my Jack being sort of early 20s.
Okay. Yeah, I think that works as well too. Yeah, so she's a bit sheltered because they've been very protective. The house has been very protective of her because of the events that took her family, but so she's not quite a babe in the woods, and so she may be a little bit onto you with your gifts and flattery. Excellent.
And I figure like her status as heir
Mhm.
gives the Duchess like leverage, right? As long as people are interested in her as the heir, it's power for the Duchess kind of thing.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And how does Tars does he intercede, or does he give a look to Jack as he's conversing with his cousin? Are you feeling protective
I'm
at all?
probably giving him a side eye.
Okay. All right. Okay, so after the amazing presentation from the advisor and designer of all things beautiful and wonderful in House Abecostrr, so Kelter Brovin concludes, and there is a polite applause, a little bit of scattered. Headed, of course, by the Duchess. You know, she's very.
Oh yes, yes.
She's very odd and complimentary. She says, "You have outdone yourself, sir. I cannot wait to attend this ceremony, and I can't wait to see what you will be unveiling for the good of not only our house but the entire Imperium itself. Our family is truly blessed by having you in our employ." And so she
I
begins.
think Jack likes all this praise she's heaping on.
Yes.
Kel.
Hell does. He's just slapping it on, picking it up, splashing it back on.
Nice. So of course, this will conclude our planning session, and I would like you now all to join me in the taking of the Eucharist. This is, of course, a very important part of my faith, and we conclude all of our meetings in this way. As you see before you, there is both the wine and the wafer, and please follow along with me as I guide you through this prayer. So each member at the table is offered, it has at their place a small cup of wine and a single wafer on a plate. And the Duchess commences she goes through the entire prayer of, this is my blood, this is my body. You've heard this many times before, but it is up to you to decide whether you participate in the ritual or not. So, who takes the wine and the wafer during this prayer?
Is there a poison snooper present?
Yes, of course there is.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Tars does not drink
Okay.
or participate in
Okay.
religious ceremonies.
And that's been standard for you, right? Through every time this is presented, you say, of course, I must.
The family would understand
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So how about? So of course the mentat, the treasurer at the table. It seems like everyone does participate except for the treasurer. The mentat just completely rejects any sort of contamination or anything, and doesn't really have faith. But how about the two of you? How are Jack and Kel
I think
doing?
is it like she's administering it to us, or we're taking it for
You're
ourselves?
taking your kind of self. Yeah, it's a more casual. She's not placing it in your mouth. She's just going through a ritual, saying the prayer, and you're supposed to follow.
So Jack like flips the wafer in his mouth, takes a sip of the wine, and shoots Cynthia a wink.
All right. And how about Kel?
Oh, I definitely participate. Yeah, I think I'd take one, I pop it in my mouth, and then sip the wine, and then on my fingertips afterwards, like it was a delicious sacrament.
Okay.
Oh, so
Nice.
good.
Nice. So no one's doing a stealth roll. You're not going to pocket the wafer or anything. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Save it for later.
If you had said there was no poison snooper, I probably would.
Oh,
but
right,
no.
right, yes. Yeah, so of course you would always have access. All of the houses, even minor houses, are always, and because you have an enemy house that you're in Canley with, you would always be aware of assassins. So yeah, poison snooper is available to everyone. Okay, so the two of you the two of you have partaken, and so we're going to give the Duchess the trait satisfied, because she is very happy to see people. Her faith is very important to her, and she's very happy to see the members of her house participating in it. So she'll be satisfied. So your interaction with her, you'll have a bit of an advantage, because she's happy with how things went, and also happy that there was participation. So let me just add that on her sheet so I don't forget.
Oh,
And so that'll last the session.
Kel, the
Yes.
faceplate on my shield generator, the lovely little silver filigree embellishment, it's flaking off.
Like it. We'll replace it with a gold one. Don't worry.
All right.
Excellent. Okay, so as she's kind of assessed who's who's with her and who's not with her, so the meeting has concluded, and as you're about to stand up, an alarm sounds in the house. So this guard alarm goes off, and you hear kind of the house guard rushing towards the direction of the palace. Seems to be the bedchamber of the Duchess. So there is a lot of commotion, and you could hear the guard is instantly responding. So somebody set off the alarm, and there's something going on towards the wing where the Duchess sleeps. So what would you like to do?
Oh my! Protect the heirs.
Do I?
Where is everybody's positions right now?
Oh, you're kind of roughly on the sides of the table that I put you on in the. Can you see the scene? Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah,
kind of
and
there.
the Duchess is still there.
Yes. Yeah. So the Duchess is there, and the house of a few members of the house guard have come in, not knowing quite what the situation is yet. You'll be informed shortly, but just as a precaution, they've come into the meeting room.
I'll slide up next to the Duchess and put like a chair between us and the door, as if I'm there to help protect, even though I would just run away.
Okay.
Just like the one main entrance.
Yeah,
type of thing?
there'll be one main entrance, and it's like a double door, so it's pretty wide. You can see you see guardsmen are kind of running past the opening in the direction of the Duchess's chamber.
I think because this was a very formal meeting with the Duchess, I was probably dressed well and wearing my father's kinjal. So I think I'm going to position myself between the table and the door and draw my kinjal.
Oh, okay. All right. And what does Tars? Do you take a protective position, or are you going to?
I'll stand up behind them, but behind the Duchess and Cinti, and I'll draw my weapon just to be on the ready.
Okay.
But do I have some way to communicate with the guards, like a?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there would be. Yeah, as Swordmaster, you would.
Radio.
You would be able to radio for status.
So I'm going to ask the guards for information on what's happening.
Okay, so you get kind of a frantic response. It seems like whoever's responding to you is still running, and he's saying there was a servant. A servant had left something in the Duchess's bedchamber. We're trying to secure her now. We're trying to find her. She's somewhere still in the hall of the palace. But there was a device left in the Duchess's bedchamber. We're investigating now.
Somebody set off an alarm because a servant left.
Yes,
Something there that can't be identified.
Right. Yes, a suspicious device, and they weren't sure. There's all sorts of new technologies of assassination being invented. So so normally this servant would not have had access to the bedchamber, but she kind of forced her way. She kind of against her role in the house,
Breaking
gained
and
access.
entering.
Yes, and she left something there. So they have some device, and they're pursuing this servant, and they say that we believe it is. Where is she? We believe it is Fair, one of the kitchen girls, and you hear kind of shouts of spy in the halls as well. So that was the first assumption, is that this was a spy that's trying to do something in the palace. Okay, and certainly after you hear that on the radio, on Tarza's radio, you see the figure of a young girl servant run past the opening, the opposite way, so kind of coming the opposite direction. So she had somehow slipped past the guards, and she's now running the opposite way. And a little bit after
Can I
that,
block her?
Sure,
Yeah,
yeah,
There she is. Someone grab her.
yes. So you can-
I'm going to run to intercept her if
Okay.
I can do that.
Of course. Yeah, so you can so it's a challenging, so it'll be a difficulty 2 challenging move roll. And so if you have 2 successes, you will stop her from advancing. And you can also, you can apprehend her if you want to just, so this is kind of getting in her way and blocking her. You can do a battle roll if you would prefer to actually just tackle her, to more violently just apprehend her. And you can also roll communicate difficulty 2 if you just want to intimidate her into giving up.
I'm not going to try to intimidate her. I just want to stop her from wherever she's trying to run to.
Okay. So move is
Subdue her.
Okay.
So, arm behind the back kind of move.
Okay. So why don't you give me a move roll, and with whichever drive you think, I'm sure duty would come up. Probably pretty strongly.
Okay, so my move is 6, and duty is 8. So what am I doing?
So you're rolling. So you can open the Dune roller, and so you can just put 14. I think. Does it let you put for your target number?
You just check the ones you're using.
Oh, you can. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah, if you click on the Dune dice roller, then you pick
Oh, I see.
move and whatever you think is your appropriate thing, and hit roll. And you always roll 2 dice generally, right?
Yes.
Cool
And
size.
if you have a focus under move or
Yes. Yeah. If you have something that
Whatever.
would
Well,
apply.
my focus is stealth, so I don't think that applies.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. You just want to be quick.
Okay. And there's a use determination.
No, you wouldn't. Yeah. That would give you an automatic success, but probably this isn't that important of a roll.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So just go ahead and roll. And there's momentum as well. If you want an additional die, you can roll momentum. You can spend a momentum to roll 3 dice instead of 2.
Are you suggesting that I?
No. It's not. It's not crucial. I'm just saying that those are your options.
Well, I just rolled.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see. Yeah. Oh, the roller's not working. Okay. So you got a success. Okay. So unfortunately, you needed 2 to stop her without just tackling her or violently. Okay. So she slips past you. So surprisingly, she's small and quite agile, and so now you see how she got past the rest of the house guard, and she continues her way down the corridor. So any other?
Pursuing.
Okay. Good. Okay. So you can pursue her.
Were there guardsmen that came in? Did you say that?
They 2 guardsmen came in right as the alarm sounded to kind of back up the swordmaster, and so everyone is
order them to guard the Duchess and chase after.
Oh, great. Okay.
Try to help.
All right. So you can also then make a move, because you'll know the palace probably better than she does. You may be able to maneuver in a way that can cut her off. So if you want to try that challenging move roll as well, you can make your way so that you're just waiting for her when she gets to the end of the next hallway.
Right. Move. And we're thinking duty on this one.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty
Okay.
Because the Duchess has been
How much does a die cost?
one momentum for the first, 2 for the second.
I'm gonna spin one of our momentum
Okay.
because I ain't playing.
All right.
Ooh,
Hey, and you do. The banner is moving. And
why
you
is
do.
everything moving?
Sorry, I'm trying to move my character, and the banner is moving with him.
He's locked on. I don't know why that
I
is.
took the banner with me.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So you're able to make your way. You recognize the direction she's heading, and basically you're just kind of sitting. You've closed the door at the end of the hallway, and you're kind of leaning against it as she frantically approaches you, completely cut off. So she's completely out of breath. You see just a very standard servant girl for wearing a kitchen uniform, and just very much out of breath, and it's not nothing. It's okay. I didn't. And so you're just getting her her breathing, but she's surrendered. She knows that if she's not going to be able to get past you. She sees the kinjal and recognizes you.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it out straight towards her and
Okay.
tell her, not a move. What did you put in the Duchess's quarters?
I had no choice. It's just a hollow recording. I had no choice. I was told I owed someone, and I had to do it. House Mascaro, I did this for them. It's nothing dangerous. You have to see. And
Tar! Oh, Tar!
I should be right there.
You would have been
okay,
shortly,
okay, cool.
shortly behind. Yeah, so Tars comes up,
So
comes
Tar
up behind
heard
you.
all that? Then, I
Yes,
assume?
yeah, he would have heard. Yeah, her breathy explanation.
So,
She's
what
the
do we know
Kinjal
about
and-
House Mascaro?
So House Mascaro is from what you basically know, you'll be able to get more information, but you basically know they're an ally. They're a very old ally of House Abecostrr. So they have worked with you for a long time. They've attended many of the great breachings. They're very friendly to your house, and they're also vassals of House Atreides. So they don't represent any sort of threat or opposition that you know of at this point.
So, in a hollow recording would be like a Princess Leia help us Obi-Wan.
Yes,
Kenobi.
exactly. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Just making sure I understand what that is. So we need to subdue her just for the sake of being safe. Right?
Can I
Yeah.
Can we do we have some kind of binders for her hands?
Oh, sure. Yeah. You would probably have. Actually, the guard had been chasing her the whole time. So the house guard is caught up, and you can hand her over to them and just give them orders about what you'd like done with her.
Can I use understand and try to get a read on what she's told us?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Go ahead and give a roll and see what you can make of her explanation.
And truth, probably.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
And then I have physical empathy, so I should be able to use that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I rolled too many dice.
Oh no!
Ignore that.
Okay.
It didn't reset.
Oh, all right.
All right. Yeah, I got 2 anyway.
Oh, nice. And this would be difficulty 0, so you can bank that momentum. But you can also spend momentum to get to try to get something additional if there is something there, and I won't make you waste it if there's nothing else there. But your initial read on her story is that. She was definitely in distress and definitely felt like she had no choice. So she knew that the consequences of this action were going to be very bad for her, but she obviously owes House Mascaro something very great. They must have done something for her, and it may, you are assuming her employment at House Abecostrr was probably due to their recommendation. So they placed her here to possibly protect her from something. You're getting she owes a big debt to the lady of the house.
And when she said it wasn't like anything dangerous or whatever, that seems truthful.
Yes, right. Yeah, she knows that it was just a hollow recording, that it was supposed to be secret communication. Basically, she was tasked to do something like that. So she was just trying to say, no one's getting hurt. Nothing bad. As far as she knows, but she has not, of course, viewed the content. She was told that this was just a message to be delivered, but she has no idea what the content is of the recording.
Well, she's my Kinjal, and kind of let Tars take over from here.
Okay.
Go back with the intent to over comfort Sinti.
Good. So the house guard turns to Tars and says, "What are your orders, sir?"
Take her to wherever our holding rooms are, and just have her held there. And then I'm going to keep up with Jack.
Okay, great. And so by the time you come back to the room, the more members of the house guard are there, and they have already secured and found it to be not non-lethal, not dangerous. They've secured the hollow recorder player, and they've brought it to this meeting room. And with what was that? Yes.
I'm going to suggest that that the Duchess watch the recording with just only necessary people around. And the recording could be of some confidential nature.
Yes. I agree. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Tars. I agree. So everyone, I'm so sorry for this disturbance. Everyone is, of course, dismissed from the meeting. I would like, of course, Tars, Jack, and Kel to remain behind. Sinti, please, the house guard will accompany you to your quarters. Stay in your quarters until we find out what this is about. I want you to remain safe.
As do we all.
Nice. So the house guard escorts Sinti to her room. The room is sealed. All of the guard is out. So we'll take Sinti out. So just the there we go. Just the three of you are in the room, and there was a written communication attached to the recording itself. So she opens this small envelope and, of course, shakes her head. She knows what this is about, and probably what is going to be on this recording. And so she looks at the three of you and says, "I need you to keep whatever you see on this recording completely confidential. Of course, we are an ally of House Mascaro, but this may the lady herself has me in a bit of a position, so this may be a little bit. There may be a little embarrassment involved in what you're about to see, but I trust your confidence, and I know that you will help me sort out this situation."
Of course, Auntie. We are your sworn men.
Very well. So she presses the play on the record button, and so you see some black frames kind of moving left or right. There's obviously there's a camera. Whatever recorded this was set up in a fixed hidden position, and so no one, or only one of the parties that made this recording, of course, knew that it was happening, and so it doesn't look like your ruler was conscious of being recorded at this time. So you recognize immediately the meeting kind of private meeting rooms in the palace itself. The moonlight. I'm sorry, the moonlight, the light of the planet, the light of the planet, and the red seas are visible. Coming that light is coming through the window, so you immediately recognize where this is being recorded. The dim light of glow globes is casting long shadows through the marble floors in the room. A shadow of a woman draped in a long robe is standing across from the Duchess, who is seated. And in a hushed voice, you hear her whispering, and the whisper sounds like the hissing of a snake. It's very sharp and kind of vicious. And this is the figure that you see. So this is the Lady Nyala Mascaro. So you see her in the recording, but she's kind of you see her face, but she's draped herself in a robe to kind of cover a little bit of her.
Be a picture.
Oh yeah, can you see? Oh, you can't see it. Oh, show players. There we go. There we go. The stream could see it. All right. So you hear this this hissing remark that she's saying to your Duchess, and she says, "You will see to my son. Do not forget your debt to me." And as the woman on the recording says the word debt, you see the Duchess standing next to you flinch a bit at the mention of this debt. And on the recording, the Duchess replies in a kind of a muffled reply. You can't make out exactly what she's saying, but her tone sounds reassuring, like sounds like she's saying, of course. But whatever is said, it doesn't ease the tension between the two women in the recording. Lady Mascaro goes on to say, "You made a promise, and now you must keep that promise, or else I will dedicate my remaining years and my considerable influence to reducing your domain to rubble." And your ruler, the Duchess, stands, and she says, "Lady Nyala, I know what I have and haven't done, and I will not be commanded or threatened in my own house. This is a family affair, your family affair. While I understand your," and what she's saying becomes more indistinct because she kind of turns and walks towards the window. She continues speaking. The Lady Nyala cuts her off and just says, "One word, Madi." And then the Duchess turns back towards, from the window towards her, and she says, "It has come to that then." And the lady says, "It has." And the recording ends. All right. So yeah, you guys can.
What do the three of us know about Lady Mascaro?
So yeah, why don't you roll some understand to see how much currency you already have? 4 momentum, so you'll have a lot to play with already. But what I described before, you have very good relations between the two houses. Mascaro is also a vassal of Atreides, and maybe more specifically, Jack knows that they were influential in a lot of the successes, and maybe even being recommended generations ago to House Atreides for their vassalship. So there is a good relationship that is continued for.
So are we all rolling here?
Yes, you can all roll just to generate some momentum, and then you can spend momentum on more information.
Would it
Understanding.
Yeah.
For me, can I use power? Because that's kind of
yes, definitely.
motivator.
Yes. Yeah, that would be a big motivation. How can you use this in this
Not
situation?
truth. It's always truth.
I got one.
Okay. Oh, I got to turn the dice roller on. I had the colors picked out and everything.
I got 2.
Oh, good. All right.
So I still need to roll. Can you remind me what my intelligence asset is for? Does it apply here?
Oh, I think that would be. Let me double check. That's information. So yeah, so you can.
It's like intelligence from other houses and stuff,
yes,
right?
Correct. Yes, you have some
FBI
information.
kind of intelligence.
Okay. Yeah, you can use that asset, but it would mostly be used in conflict with other people. Here, it would probably, if you wanted to use it, you probably would have sources that would give you additional information, so I can give you an additional momentum from your roll, like whatever
Okay,
you generate
well,
+1.
If it's it seems to me like having knowledge of secrets between houses and stuff like that,
Mhm.
that I might know something that could relate to this
Yes.
in some way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so
So-
I'll give you a +1. Let's just do +1 on the roll, because that'll generate more momentum. So yeah, the quality of your intelligence will give you 3 dice instead of 2. And so roll, understand, and then whatever drive.
Might be duty for you.
Yeah,
True.
yeah, probably
Duty.
duty to the house. Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm using. How do I say I'm using the asset?
Oh,
For intelligence?
it just that will give you the additional die. So that instead of spending momentum, that intelligence will get that quality of that intelligence.
So I'm rolling
gives you-
3 dice.
Roll 3 dice. Yes.
Yeah. So the pool size.
Yeah, just change the pool size to 3. Oh no. Okay.
Complication.
Interesting. All right. So you have a total of 4. So you have a total of 8. So you can spend 2 of these momentum before we leave this scene, and you'll still have 6. You'll still have them up to the max of 6. So let's do that, because it will expire. Anyhow, so the 2 things that that either from your dealings with House Mascaro or from sources like the intelligence that Tars would have access to, is that the lady herself is a Bene Gesserit. So she's a Bene Gesserit sister, and her relationship she's quite young compared to the Duke of their house, and she was placed by her order to where is her? Sorry, she was placed by her order to produce an heir for the Duke. So he had no wife, and so she was his courtesan companion, and was placed by the Bene Gesserit to produce an heir for the Count Toccato Mascaro. She is a full reverend. She's a full reverend mother, and has undergone the spice agony. So completely Bene Gesserit aligned. Her son is Renshu. So the heir that she produced is named Renshu Mascaro, and after she gave birth, she was expected that she would be released from her service, that the Bene Gesserit would allow her to leave the house and not have to continue kind of this in this role. But unfortunately, when the infant was tested by her, he was found to be quite gifted, and the Lady Mascaro then, under the instruction of her order, began to introduce the spice melange to the young boy from a young age to enhance his gifts that he appeared to be born with. So she was further tied to the duty of raising her son. Let's see. And you noticed in the recording, her face is kind of an unreadable mask. Even though her hissing voice made her sound quite distressed and upset, you didn't see a very much of a change in her expression. So she's very controlled in her demeanor and expression.
So we've probably seen Bene Gesserits before. Can
Yes.
I tell if she was using the voice to try to control the Duchess?
Yes. Right. That's good.
Or influence her?
Sure. In this situation, it didn't appear. You didn't hear any strange tone or anything to her voice. The hissing was more her emotion and not actually her using. It didn't seem her directly using the voice. So it seems like the debt that the Duchess has to House Mascaro is significant enough that she didn't even feel it was necessary. But yes, of course that. And you especially would probably be very adept at hearing the kind of pitch and harmonics that Bene Gesserit would use. And you didn't hear that on the recording. Of course, the recording is not incredibly high quality, but you didn't recognize any of the telltale signs. But she is a Reverend Mother, so capable of that.
And so...
Okay, so you guys have
one of the things in all the Dune lore is like some people seem to be hip to the shenanigans of the Bene Gesserits and some don't.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like, where are we on that spectrum? Do we know about how they manipulate things? Or
so? And I guess it's mostly due, even if there were any Bene Gesserit in employ of House Abecostrr, they would have probably been let go when the Duchess adopted Orange Catholicism, because it kind of it clashes with those beliefs. So it's kind of up to you. There's nobody in the group of players that has any connection to that faction, and there's nobody in the immediate house. So it would be kind of your own. You can kind of establish your own thinking, and it's well known that they have always had this breeding plan, this intention to create their Messiah, and that it's an order of all women. So when they give attention to a male, it's quite rare that she was asked to create a male heir, and that should have been the end of it. But unfortunately, he is now involved in some sort of training and some sort of indoctrination from his mother.
I think Jack will turn to the Duchess and say, Auntie, I know this must be very difficult for you, but what exactly is owed? What is expected?
So yes, the Duchess is she's looking a little exasperated. This is of course before my time, but House Mascaro was responsible for basically all of the success of our house. They brought us into cooperation with House Atreides and have saved us from several entanglements with rival houses. Of course, as we were more successful and wanted to expand who we sold to, who we did business with, we tangled with houses that were in direct opposition to House Atreides. Mascaro, through the generations, has saved us from falling in disfavor with House Atreides. This is not just one instance. So when anyone from that house calls upon us for a favor, we are more than obliged to do that. Basically, the foundation of our house and our whole existence as we are is due to House Mascaro's good favor. Sorry.
And could the Duchess explain why Lady Mascaro said Mati?
Yes. Unfortunately, this will be quite complicated. From what I understand of these unholy rituals, the Mahdi is who her kind believes as a special one, a gifted one, and possibly a savior. Of course, I believe in my own savior, and this is an abomination. This is something man-made. Nothing of God is in this. I only know the basic ideas, but once her son Renshu was tested by her order, he was found to be a possible candidate for this, similar to a Buddha or a someone that is has some special enlightenment. They have done terrible things to that child to bring him closer to this thing they wish him to be. He's been induced with for years of his life. He's been induced with the spice melange that has given him a strange demeanor. Any interaction I've ever had with that child has been very odd. He doesn't seem to be there when he is standing right in front of you. And she also looks down at the note that was included with this recorder, and she says, "So we will be receiving the Lady Mascaro tomorrow. She following this message and basically this demand from her. We will be receiving her and." She will inform us of the situation with her son, but personally, and I would like for you to attend me personally. Now that you know the full details of this situation, I would like for you to attend me when I meet with her.
So she doesn't know what she really wants. She just knows it has to do with her son.
Yes, yeah. So she showed her the discussion of the son and his importance to the order that you saw on the recording. She knows a little bit about this, and of course doesn't approve. And the lady is coming here in person to impress. What is needed for her to do.
I'll look at Kel and say, "Well, it looks like you're adding another one to your guest list."
Ew, but how much will they really appreciate it? They don't strike me as the kind who love beauty.
Right. So So the Great Breaching, is that to happen tomorrow, or are we still like weeks away?
Well, it's going to take weeks for this to get online, man. It's a big deal.
Yes, yes. So the lady is coming tomorrow, so unfortunately she may not attend, depending on the outcome of the.
Well,
you can't rush these things. This is the first meeting, so we're months out probably. Now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, let's be realistic.
We can still extend an invitation.
Yes.
To pretend that we're friendly for the time being.
Yes.
And yes,
we don't even have to pretend. We can just be friendly.
Yes, of course. And so the Duchess again reminds you, I must insist on complete confidence with this matter, and I will come. I will have you brought to the room once she has arrived. I'm sure she will arrive in confidence, kind of quietly, without much fanfare. So I will inform you when she has arrived, and you can assist me in dealing with her. So I'm so sorry to trouble you for this. So please take the rest of the evening to prepare, and I will let you know when she's arrived.
Duchess, how would you like us to handle the servant that delivered the message?
Yes.
We've compromised, Auntie.
Yes, I'm afraid I would like to know what in fact compelled her to perform this delivery. Although nothing, there was no physical harm intended. This is, of course, with just basically a delivery of blackmail. So let's detain her, and possibly we can return her to the Lady Mascaro when she departs. I agree with you. I agree with you, Jack, that we can't allow her to remain in our employ.
Yes, but a known agent can be an exploited agent. Perhaps changing her to even more secluded position, we can give her information that we wish for others to find out about. Keep her in the chain.
That's true as well. If you would like to oversee that matter, if you can reach agreement that is the best approach, I understand that the value in that approach as well. So
that's very devious, Kel.
sometimes people deserve a second chance. That's
Ooh.
that's what I'm going for. Yes. Mhm.
Nice. All right. Yeah. So you guys are allowed to prepare for this. So you have, you still have 6 momentum. They're really, let's see, they're, you probably can just wait for her to arrive. There isn't anything additional that you'll really get to know.
I mean, I have a lot of work to do, so
Yes.
I mean, it's gonna take me 20 minutes just to clean this table up. There's a lot of stuff out here. I've made some more changes to the Gilder. That's my custom orthopter. If you'd like to go for a ride with me this evening, see some of its new maneuvers there. I blinked on your name real quick. Matt. Jack. There we go.
Jack.
Nice.
Why?
Yeah, so you can do anything you'd like to prepare for the arrival of the lady, and even as far as like generating assets that you can use to prepare the room, to secure the room that you'll meet in. You can get that. The Duchess would of course tell you where they'll hold the.
So one of my assets is a political spy.
Mhm.
But I haven't defined it at all yet.
Mhm.
Can I have it be someone embedded in House Mascaro?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you could definitely do that, and so that'll give you additional information, and also you can kind of with that spy you can fact check what she tells you against what's known, what the word around their house is.
Well, then, can we, we were talking about using assets, right? So
Yes.
can I, the kitchen
Mhm.
worker,
Yes.
can we go down and do some verbal trickery on her to try to get
Of course,
a
yes.
read on what's going on? And I'm thinking we don't have to necessarily play it out, but basically try to flip it, where if we do return her, that she's maybe reporting to us now too.
Of
So
course.
she's
Yeah. No, you can definitely do that. We can just do a contested roll, like her, what she feels is her obligation or her duty to Mascaro. So she'll make a roll, and then we can that'll give you your difficulty, and then you'll just have to beat that to turn her to your side. So yeah, basically you can make her an asset.
Let me come with you for that. I have the perfect thing for that.
Ooh.
okay. Is it your knife?
No, I have this talent called Binding Promise,
Oh.
and
Oh.
I can persuade people to make a binding agreement,
Wow. Nice.
and I can spend 1, 2, or 3 points of momentum, and then if that person wants to break the promise, they have to spend twice that amount of threat.
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Cool. Oh,
Mhm.
and that's right. We had a complication, didn't we? That was from the.
No, there wasn't. Everything was fine.
What?
the,
No.
the information roll. I
We're
think.
protected by holy wafers. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna bank that for your meeting with the lady. So yeah, I'll take the 2 threat for that. So that yes, there's something that you didn't you didn't consider or didn't take into account in kind of questioning of the Duchess. So you may have a little bit of surprise waiting.
So
Mhm.
going forward, if we want to have different assets or get new assets,
Yes.
how do we manage that? Do we have to pay for that somehow?
Yeah,
or-
you can generate that with momentum, and you probably will have to make a roll to just be successful at having the right access to it, and then spend momentum to create it. So you just spend 1 momentum to create the asset. It's temporary, but an additional 2 momentum or 2 threat can make it something permanent that you can keep, as a permanent asset for your character. And then through advancement points, through the kind of XP, you can improve the quality of that asset in the future as well. So it'll start out as 0. and also one more mechanic. If you're using it as a temporary asset just in a specific scene for a specific use, you can spend 1 momentum to increase its quality just for a roll, just for one, kind of one use, to make it a little bit better at that time. But it'll go away at the end of that scene. But there is momentum spends for temporary improvement of temporary assets. All right. So you
already have any input on?
Oh yeah, what do you think?
What was that?
Do you have any inputs on our preparations? Anything you think we should be doing?
Do you want to go scout out the meeting room or something?
No, I'll go along to supervise, but I mean, my talents lie in battle.
Murder.
I think when talking to the servant, keep in mind or remind her that that we, even though she was in a lot of trouble, we treated her fairly and didn't cause her any harm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
If
hopefully
she was
will work
on
to our
DD
advantage.
Prime, her rib cage would be a spice rack.
Nice. All right. Okay, so yeah, you want to proceed to where she's being held and see how that goes. Okay, so yeah, you have your standard holding cells in the palace, and you're brought down, and there's a house guard outside, but they'll give you privacy, because there's a noble, the sword master, and that crazy designer guy are there. So,
Hey, how you guys doing?
so they'll give you privacy if you want to speak to her.
A noble, an architect, and a swordmaster walk into a bar. And
Nice. And so they say yes. Fair hasn't said anything, and just so you know, she's only been with us for a few years. So unfortunately, enemies can compromise people like this, young and impressionable people like this. So just be careful. And they
Be careful. Yes, yes.
they give
Quite
you,
dangerous.
give you some privacy.
be careful. I look over at Tar. It's like, do they not inspect them first?
Oh no, yeah, she's been thoroughly, yeah. You know that the standard procedure. She's been frisked and unequipped. There's nothing. But just saying that, yeah, she's young and impressionable, so her mind may be hard to fix her.
What is your name, girl?
I'm. Oh, what did I just? Sorry.
Era.
I was just Era.
What does that
Yeah.
mean?
I was just. I'm Era, sir. I work in the kitchen.
Era. And are you treated well?
Oh, fair. Sorry, fair. F with an F. Fair.
Oh, fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
with an F.
Fair. Are you treated well by House Abecostrr?
Yes, of course. I'm very grateful for my employment here.
And yet you were compromised because you owed fealty to someone else.
Yes, I owe House Mascaro. They're the reason that I'm here. I was recommended by them. I previously worked for House Mascaro, but there was a situation that the lady helped me with, and I needed to leave, and she offered me this position.
So we can assume that duty has been discharged and you're free of that debt now.
Yes. That's what I was told. I just had to do this one dangerous thing, and I would be released from my debt.
However, you have caused, and I gesture to Tar, you have caused this man to lose face before the Duchess, I would say you now owe us a debt.
Ooh, all right. Yes. I believe so. What do you need of me?
And I'll look over at Kel because he seemed to know where this was going.
Oh. Say so. I take it from your previous complications, you cannot return back to their house.
Yes, that is correct.
How were you contacted? To be given this device.
This device was given to me when I was visiting the beaches on my day off. The lady is aware of where I serve, and I need to always inform her of my schedule so she can find me at any time. One of her associates handed me the communication and the holo recorder.
See, I thought we were going to send her back, but it seems like we can't send her back either. So now she's here.
I'll turn my back to her. Like, a word, Kel.
Yes. Yes.
Well, perhaps. Well, okay. We're further compromised since someone on our world is delivering things to her.
Right.
So this is deeper than we thought, but perhaps she is transferred and becomes a clerk for you, and maybe everything she acquires or handles has errors in it.
Yes. Far less ships being manufactured than we think, and not nearly as much iron mined last year. Yes.
Yeah, and some problem with underpowered shields. I'll let you
Yes.
decide.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So,
Yes, the capacitance overload. Yes. No, that would be great.
yes. Sorry.
turn back.
She described the associate of House Mascaro as a fisherman. So a fisherman brought her this
I think what we ask is
information.
that she reports us any future contacts and maybe helps point out this fisherman that was her contact before.
Yes, of course, I can do that. So I am to remain here?
Not only are you remaining here, I believe you may have just been promoted to clerk.
But first,
Yes.
you must take an oath.
Mm.
You owe House Abecostrr a grave debt, and I demand that you swear fealty. And anytime I can make a communicate test, you let me know.
Oh yes, go for it. Yeah. So yeah, she says, and anything that I can do to show my allegiance to this house. I knew what I was doing was wrong, but I had no choice.
Can I aid him in some way with that?
Oh sure, yeah. If both of you are there, you can give. You can. I think you roll a single die for the skill that's going to be used. If you're doing what was it? Understand or communicate, Matt?
I'm thinking I'm using power and communicate.
Okay. Yeah. So you can also roll communicate, and then any successes that you generate will add.
Am I picking a drive too with that? Because my communicate ain't great.
Oh, no. It's just,
Or is it just
just
communicate?
Yeah, just communicate with the you just a skill, just the same. I think it's the same skill, unless there's a really good reason that.
Okay.
Well, we have lots of momentum if you want to spend one.
Oh yeah, no, it's just a single roll. Yeah, you could spend the momentum, Matt, but yeah, Will if he wants to help, just rolls the skill dice and whatever if that gets.
I don't know if a 4 is worth the chance of a 20 on this one, Matt. It may not be.
Oh right.
I might not, I may do worse than.
I'll just spend one momentum then.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's cool. It tells you who clicks the momentum.
I got 2.
Okay. All right. Oh, so sorry. I didn't set her. We should have made it a contested thing. I'm sorry. I didn't set her dealio. But it would have at least been 2. So I don't think I could have gotten any more than that. So that's successful.
Okay. So then I'm going to point out to her that she has sworn an oath on her life, and I'd like to use my binding promise
Okay.
and apply 3 momentum.
Ooh. Okay.
So she would have to spend 6 threat to break this promise.
Wow. Nice. You have a loyal clerk, Kel. That's how you. That's a good hiring process.
Yeah, I have the second heir to the throne, like bully them, and then now you work for me forever.
So Tar, what is your opinion on this fisherman?
In what respect?
I'll pull my.
I mean, we don't know
finger
anything
across
about
my
him.
throat. Should he
What?
be eliminated?
I should.
He's just a courier, right?
Yes.
We lean on him and get the next person up the chain. That's what this whole game is going to be. Is just us one contact after another.
Just letting everybody plead out. Just if you cooperate, just tell us who your boss is.
Or we can not reveal that we know who he is and just kind of keep that in our back pocket, I guess.
Yeah. So Fair says that she will. I'll point him out. I should be able to recognize him. I'll point him out if you can bring him before me. So as part of my service to the house, of course, I will identify him. All right.
Oh, so she doesn't know him personally. He just showed up.
Yeah. It was just someone that showed up. Right. Yeah, it wasn't someone that she had known before. And you also know, just generally, that House Mascaro has kind of free access to the moon. They can come and go without having to alert anyone.
I don't like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sounds like we have a really good relationship with House Mascaro. So
yes, you do. So it sounds like the lady may be the only problem. Yeah, that's the idea that you get.
Because what she's doing isn't Mascaro business, really, right?
Exactly, right. Yeah, it's her family problem and her faction.
I get to say it first. I'm going to say it first. Benny Gesserit wits.
Nice. All right. So is there anything else you'd like to do? Because we can move to. So yeah, you have a clerk. So you can mark.
You're down as a level 0 asset. Is that the way to do it?
Yep. Yes. So she is
They're a kitchen girl / clerk.
But actually, yeah, right. She can bring you a snack. Why don't you give her a quality because of that insane oath that she owes you? Why don't you give her a level 1 1 quality for now? Yeah, because she's devoted. You have she has been sworn to House Abecostrr.
I'm gonna use it for real work.
Yes.
Are all our starting assets supposed to be
1?
level
Yes.
1?
Yeah, everything that you chose is 1, and then stuff you generate is 0, but you can improve it.
Gotcha.
Either temporarily when you use it, or over with experience.
I mean, Matt basically spent 4 momentum, so that makes sense. Matt
Yes.
spent 4 momentum to turn her into a
Yeah, that's true. That's
permanent tool.
something that is working well. All right, now she's going to need some stats. Because she's a real worker now. All right. Okay, so is there anything you want to do to prepare either the meeting room or anything for yourself prior to the meeting with the lady?
Do we know what kind of meeting? Is this going to be like a very private just her.
Yeah, the Duchess gave you the idea that no one is going to know that she's arrived. She's going to kind of come and go in secrecy, and they'll meet in a private room. So only you will basically know. Her house guard will only her most trusted guard will be used to receive her and bring her in, and so only you will know that she's here.
Should we flip the script, Tar, and put up our own little spy cameras? And
only with the Duchess's approval.
Oh yeah, you can definitely definitely get that. She defers to your expertise and your protection of the house. So yeah, definitely Tars would be a loyal asset, and she would defer to your choices about how you want the meeting to go. Yeah, so you can set up a holo recorder if you'd like. What else is there in this crazy world?
I suppose I can set that stuff up for you guys. You don't really, you're not really the technical kind.
Right.
okay, but don't make them shiny this time.
I mean, everything's shiny. If I don't, they'll stick out.
No.
The whole wall's gilded. It's just a gold wall.
Make like a marble statue and the eyes are cameras. That'd be cool.
Nice.
No, that's what they expect. It's the teeth that are cameras.
No.
They never expect the teeth. It's a weirdly smiling marble statue.
Nice. So how are you guys doing energy wise? Do you want to play through the meeting, or do you want to
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay.
You guys are good?
Up to
Okay.
you.
All right, let's do this. Yeah, so this will be good. So maybe after the meeting will be a good time to take a break, because that'll be the next big scene. So okay, cool. So spend if you're going to set up the camera, why don't you spend a momentum for that asset for the scene? And so this will be audio.
Take that one.
Yeah.
Jack?
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't think it really matters who clicks the
Yeah.
button.
No,
Yeah. And so
He says it tracks it, though. I don't want to be responsible.
Oh no,
for-
just says it
I'm
in
on the wrong side of the table. Get back on your side of the table.
Matt spit momentum, Matt spit momentum, Matt spit momentum, Matt spit momentum. Man.
what? Oh, the dice aren't working. That's weird. Maybe because I closed out the. Yeah, no dice rolls. Sorry, stream. You're not seeing any 3D dice this time.
Oh, really? I was
yeah.
working on mine.
Oh, you guys are seeing it? Yeah. For some reason, it's not going over here. Weird. Yeah, I don't have too much open or anything. All right. Well, good. You guys are seeing them. So the
You want to take up the seat next to her, Tars, for this meeting?
Oh, actually, no. We'll be in a different. Yeah, this is going to be a very not casual but very confidential meeting. So here, we'll jump forward. So the holo recorder has been set up. You spent the momentum, and it's just you've just been informed. Here we go. So the cameras are in the teeth of one of those statues.
You designed this one, didn't you, Cal?
Well, I mean, the bones were already there. I just zoosed
You
it
added
up a
the
little.
gold.
Yeah.
This is the meeting room?
Yes, yeah. This is the room that you.
This is our clandestine meeting room.
Yes, isn't it?
Specifically for-
Very low key. Yeah. No problem.
You're a heck of an architect, Kel.
Okay, so are you guys? Can you
Thank you.
control your guys? Yeah. It's a much
So,
smaller room than I thought.
I was imagining that this meeting would be between the Bene Gesserit and the Duchess.
Mhm.
And we're not going to be in the room?
No,
Or
no,
we are?
you are. Yeah, she made it clear
Okay.
that she's uncomfortable, with the kind of pressure, that's being put on her. So she wants you as her trusted advisors and bodyguards to attend. And the lady, you get the feeling very clearly that she's a Bene Gesserit and very confident because she has no bodyguards or attendees. And immediately, I think Tars can sense, she is dangerous. She is going to be quite capable. Just without a roll, your battle sense is tingling, and so to deal with her physically is she's quite formidable.
So her husband is the head of a house, right?
Yes, yeah. The Duke Mascaro is her, not her husband. She's not officially the wife. She's a consort. So yeah,
that's why she's a lady.
yes,
Okay.
she's a lady. Yeah, yeah. So she was. So they've never been married, and she expected to be leaving the house as soon as she produced an heir for him. But unfortunately, it didn't work. It didn't.
But
that's
said she
against
stayed
the
and
rules,
then
isn't
choked
it?
up the child.
What's that? What's
I
that?
mean, I'm only saying that because of my knowledge of the movies and the book. But isn't that forbidden in the to provide a male heir?
Well, at this time, no, we're a bit earlier in their plans, and so yeah, though they have been experimenting. They're trying. They've attempted a few times.
That rule isn't in place yet.
Yeah, right.
Jessica was forbidden because the plan was.
Yeah, the plan was not. Yeah, the
for
plan
a
was
daughter.
for a daughter that would be wed to a Harkonnen that generation would produce. So they kind of, through their calculation and their manipulation, they say, okay, this is the couple we want to see produce, and did we get it? Did we get the Mahdi? No. And then so they have tried several things. So she was part of a determination. So it was only forbidden for Jessica because she was it was supposed to be her grandchild.
I see.
Her grandson, not her son. All right. So yeah, they gave her, and unfortunately, because he showed potential, the lady was tied.
My ignorance. Do the Bene Gesserit, do they not have any? They obviously have powers.
Mm-hmm.
Do they only work when they're huffing spice, or is it like something that they?
No, they're
No.
yeah they've got a bunch of different. So the kind of weirding style of combat, they have this a weirding style that is a insane kind of martial art. They are very gifted with knives. They have an ability called the voice, where they can command you. They can the stronger. So someone like so that was good that Tars paid attention to that, because someone like a Reverend Mother would be able to, with her voice, compel you to do things that you otherwise physically wouldn't do. And she can also sense. She has a sense of your thoughts. She can read you very clearly, your intentions and your thoughts if you have no protection against her. So they're quite formidable.
And doesn't require like spice at the time, right?
Yeah, no, she doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't have to. And they use the Bene Gesserit, for the most part, use it very sparingly. They use it just to enhance, so they wouldn't all have blue within blue eyes and have spent a life addicted to it. It's just a thing that they use very discreetly to enhance various.
And like especially
properties.
like during the ceremonies,
So-
right? Of like transformance and everything.
Yes.
Right.
As an example of their power, when they conceive a child, they can choose whether the child's going to be male or female.
Yes,
That's
They can
Nice.
also alter the chemical compositions of poisons in their bodies.
Okay. That makes sense in how they can change the sex of the children.
Yeah,
If they do
it's,
something like that.
mental abilities, just highly, on a very high intelligence
Yes.
thing.
Yeah, they call the physical training that they have is the Prana Bindu training. So she is incredibly good at discipline and move roles. Basically, anything she can move and control her body very well, all the way down to biochemistry. At the biochemical level, she can control her body.
Is she just rank and file Bene Gesserit, or is she like a Reverend Mother?
She's a Reverend Mother. Yeah, she took the water. And
she's bad. She's bad.
But she's so pretty. That's why she worked well on on Count Tokaido fell for her immediately.
There's a reason they call them Bene Gesserit witches.
Yes. Hey, she's in the room. She can hear you.
What?
All right. So, so yes. So she's had. So the Duchess had you waiting in the room for her, and her trusted bodyguards brought her and left her with you, and the lady, Lady Nyali, enters the room, and she immediately assesses you. You get this very penetrating look as she assesses each of you, waiting for her.
I imagine I'm hovering with my little device right now, just trying to, because I got the
suspensors. Yeah,
That's right.
So I'm just
I
like
forgot. Yeah, that's
probably
yeah,
floating.
floating around.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, we
I
got
know.
I mean, I probably wasn't doing it at the meeting
Uh-huh.
before because I wanted to, but like for this,
So you're.
anything.
What is hovering around you?
He's
No,
on suspensors.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's floating around like Baron Harkonnen without the fat.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, we need full body art for Will's character.
So-
feet off the ground, dangling.
I know I'm probably totally outclassed, but
Mhm.
I'd like to use my physical empathy to kind of assess her back.
Oh, of course, sure. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, if you want to roll understand and see if you can get a sense of her with your physical empathy.
Understand and
Power?
well, for me, I was gonna say my motivations, it would either be power or justice. Justice because I'm pissed at her already, and power because I want to be able to have information on her. What do you think, Jeremy?
Oh yeah, no. I think power. I think if you lean into that, like you're looking for opportunities of advancement or threats to the house or opportunities to for your advantage at your station of power. I think power is good.
All right. Oh, I clicked too many dice again. Hold on. Damn it! I wish that thing would reset.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe they'll update it.
There we go. Ooh.
Oh.
No.
Yes, so she's quite.
That woman is a fortress.
Yes, she's quite formidable. So she has the kind of the unreadable face of a Bene Gesserit mother, but also the penetrating eyes that seem to see into you. And yes, so the Duchess introduces her. May I present Lady Nealia Mascaro? She is who contacted me, and we wish to hear what she has to say. And a little bit, yeah.
Since I couldn't get a read on her, I'm gonna go ahead and try to just real foppishly move up to her and hold out my hand and give her a big bow. And,
Okay.
Lady Mascaro, welcome.
All right. Yeah. Still very unreadable, her expression.
Does she move at all? She probably doesn't even move.
No. Yeah. She stays. She stays very still. Yeah. She has a strange, just from your sense of things. She has this strange kind of physical tension to her that she could like spring at any time. Like she always feels very ready to move. So remains very still and tense. So she very very matter of factly she's looked you over and kind of assessed the situation, and she says, "Thank you, Duchess." I guess she's going to have to be a little exotic, isn't she? Thank you, Duchess. My son and the Count's only heir, Renshu, has not come home for several months. He has become involved in a local cult on your world. These are simple people, fanatics, and natives to this water planet, and they believe my son is a prophetic figure. Of course he is not, but they think he sees the future and that he will be their savior. The Imperium does not like prophets, and if the word spreads, my son becomes a target for my enemies. Prophets have a way of dying by violence. I believe Renshu is in the peon village of Sanguis Dominus, about 50 kilometer south. Do they use kilometers? I hope so. Maybe.
Sure.
I request that you travel there, find him, and bring him home so I can look after his safety until this unwarranted attention fades.
Do we know how old her son is?
Yeah, the Duchess would have known. So he's probably like late teens or early 20s. Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking.
Yeah, he's not
Okay.
not a child. Yeah, he's a young man.
I'll look at Tars quizzically and then look at the lady and say, "Forgive me, lady. Your son came to our world unaccompanied and joined a cult."
He.
This
Oh yes. Okay.
this seems like a most embarrassing failure of your security services.
Of course, I agree myself. There has been punishment meted out, and those responsible for letting him disappear like this are being punished.
How far away was this fishing village? Did she say?
About 50 kilometers. Yeah,
I don't know why I want to know that so bad.
and it's to the south. If you'd like to know that too.
Yeah. I wrote that down for some reason. But
Head south.
And is this like just a shitty little village on a rock in the middle of the ocean kind of thing?
It's
or-
yeah, the fishing villages. They're usually based around the sea wells, and this one, Sanguis Dominus, is quite large. So it'll be significant, have a significant population, but it's basically going to be metal plating and all kinds of different types of suspension, all haphazardly kind of tied together, along with boats and houseboats that are secured to different structures that provide the living. Although there are different buildings that function as meeting houses or stores, general stores and things. It's a pretty kind of ramshackled, just assembled from what they could find, but one of the larger fishing villages.
I'll turn to the Duchess and say, Duchess, would-be prophet children aside, the presence of a cult on your world is quite contrary to your faith, and we should probably do something about this.
Yes, of course. I don't want any of this this wicked, especially among our population. We rely on the fishermen of this moon to contribute to our house's economy. If this sort of strange unholiness is happening, and she kind of gives the Bene Gesserit a look, we need to eliminate it immediately. Yeah, so definitely the Duchess has a strong feeling about, and this is, and you could tell from her expression, she's very surprised to hear the word cult connected to people of her world.
I take it you don't want us to just dispatch a security force because you don't want him to be known to be involved.
Yes. So the lady says, of course, I would require your utmost delicacy in handling of this situation. I would like him brought back to me as quickly and quietly as possible. And of course, you need to not disturb your local population, but also round up anyone associated with this strange worship.
She said worship, right? Not worship.
Yeah, worship. Yeah, religious worship. They're on a big worship.
Yeah. Like, that's my thing. You can't take my thing.
They're making warships.
The Firebenders is a different story.
Yeah.
Yes.
And of course, if we were to carry this out successfully, which we will, I assume any inkling of indebtedness between our great Duchess and your house will be removed and never spoken of again.
Of course, my son is precious to me. This is the highest favor that I could ask. I apologize to the Duchess for having to be so direct, so blunt, so rough with her, but I needed to call in this favor to protect my son.
I'm just kind of looking at the other two.
So, do you?
Yeah, I don't-
If you guys,
I don't have much to say. I don't feel like this is my place.
if you guys want to do any more, if you want to do any more understand roles to kind of get a sense, you can, get more information from how things were said or anything that you may know, kind of related to this, things that may occur to you.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm happy to roll.
Okay, yeah, give it a shot.
Go for it.
And you guys could use some good old momentum.
And can I use my intelligence here again to boost it?
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. Of course, you have the intelligence on the house. Yes, of course, definitely.
So
Yeah, get it. Roll another die.
Understand and duty or truth.
Yeah, it depends on kind of if your motivation is your protection of your house, or if your motivation is just finding out what really is going on and what is. being
Well,
done
yeah,
here.
I'm gonna use duty.
Okay.
And then 3 dice here.
Mhm.
So
Go for it. Oh, nice. All right. Yeah. So here you can generate that
nice.
momentum. Nice. Are you is Kel assessing anything, or still making sure the cameras are working? Floating around,
yeah, I mean,
checking the lenses.
I think I am interested.
Okay.
I think the fact that there's cults on our planet and other
Yes.
stuff. But I don't think that I'm as concerned about. I mean, I just want to know what the hell's going on. This is my playground, not theirs. So I'm going to go with understanding and truth. I think.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, and I spent those 2 threat, that complication, to put this cult on your planet. Yeah. So because you had a decent enough relationship, that's the surprise for you, and the surprise for the Duchess as well is this is happening so close. Yeah. Oh, good. Well, you got one.
Got one success.
Okay, so you guys have you have 4 momentum to spend. So anything, and this is also because this is happening, you may have sources. So whoever wants to spend a momentum, I can enlighten you a bit more about what is known on the planet, or on the moon, about these guys.
well, what about the results of my roll? Am I going to find that out later?
Oh yeah, so it was a level 0. So everybody was successful, but so I guess so the basic information. So what she begins, the basic information is this cult is known as the Red Door. They use spice smuggled to this world by illegal means, and that is how they induce their trances. And unfortunately, they have entangled my son in this bizarre worship. So
How
it's
can
a
fishermen afford spice?
yes, yeah. So that's from your successes. That's the basic information. The cult is called the Red Door, and they're a spice cult. So they use the spice melange that's smuggled onto the.
He said, like Tars, he could spend more momentum to get more information.
Yes, yeah. So you can spend more momentum.
So-
Any of you guys, yeah. So that's basically the.
I just knock it down 1.
Yep. Just knock it down 1, and so the other thing she has to say. So from my sources, we know that the cult is at least 50 to 100 strong. This is not a small. This is not a small group, and my son's. I don't know how he was. If he came here by his free will, or if he was kidnapped. We are assessing that. I'm assessing that with my security. still at this time, but he has been gone for months, and this is a great embarrassment for the house, and it cannot be allowed. And as I said, by whatever means you have at your disposal, I need you to bring him back to me quickly and quietly. Let's see.
I find it very disconcerting how many sources she has on our moon.
Right. Yes. Yes. You guys are too
Well,
friendly.
If we're that friendly, it's like Fresno and Clovis. We can invade each other's city hall meetings, stuff like that.
So I'm trying to think of what we actually know. We're aware that, again, we're not really aware of the breeding programs and stuff like that, right? That she's probably a part of.
Yeah, you don't know exact details, but you've heard rumors. I think everybody knows that the Bene Gesserit, their strange plans within plans to create this Superman according to their religion and their view. So you would know that's kind of common knowledge. You don't know how you don't know for a fact that she's involved in this and that the heir was, but the Duchess let you know.
That he's popped up on goofballs all the time. Yeah.
Right. But obviously the lady is, painting this picture of his total innocence, and what would he have to do with a spice cult, and this is just insane. And so she's assuming no one knows what she's done to her son and what the Bene Gesserit plans are for him.
Except the giveaway is we heard her on the tape say Madi.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So
yeah, and that's what informed, or also, kind of made the Duchess realize, she can't. This is very difficult to interfere with because this is the Bene Gesserit, and a minor house cannot easily go up against a faction like that.
Forgive me, Duchess, but what if he doesn't want to come back with us?
I will ask you to insist. Please do not harm him. But I of course he is a young man. He has free will. But I believe you will quickly understand that he is being manipulated. He's being exploited by this cult. He is, of course, a young noble, the heir to the Mascaro house. So they must see some advantage in this. I need him brought back to me to keep him safe. This is some sort of horrible manipulation.
Have you been training him in Bene Gesserit ways?
No, men do not learn our ways. Of course, you must know the Bene Gesserit are a faction of all women. Our school trains women in superior techniques of combat.
So we wouldn't have to worry about any of those rumored powers of persuasion the Bene Gesserit have?
Oh, of course, my son would not be capable of anything like that. I myself, of course, am very formidable with both the voice and in combat.
Whew! I'm gonna get some earplugs anyway.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. La 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 la. All right. I think that's basically all. Yeah, all you'll be able to put together. She's doesn't seem to be giving up anything, but you had a little bit of you had good information from the Duchess beforehand, so have some. That she's not being completely straightforward, even though you failed your role. That she's not being straightforward with you.
I need to get a mentat to calculate how much she spent just to get here.
Oh yeah, right. Give me the bill. Give me the bill on this.
Well,
okay. When it's over, I'm going to contact my spy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, is there a way for us? Is there a research we could do? Can we try to find something on this red door?
Oh, sure.
Before we.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
might
go into
talking to. Oh, maybe your clerk knows about the red door.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems maybe a lateral move for her, but yeah, maybe.
Yes, and she can,
We can send her in. She can
Yes.
get indoctrinated.
Right. Yeah, you can get her all high on spice. Yeah. And so that's the decision. Yeah. So you have this request from the lady. The Duchess, of course, endorses this. She said. That's how kind of things. The meeting concludes. The Duchess says, "We will do everything within our power to keep your son safe. I know Renshu means everything to you, and he will be returned to you. If it's within our power to do, he will be returned to you." And
She is way too nice.
the lady coldly, she acknowledges the Duchess and says, "Of course," and she leaves.
Oh man, I have it in my notes that I
Oh.
know the names of all the servants.
Oh, you do.
Damn it! I would have known that girl.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Well, you would have known her name.
Well,
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and the lady. So she left. So you are safe to speak, even though she's maybe lingering outside the door. No, she's leaving, and it was also a little strange. She didn't mention the servant girl that she put at such risk just to deliver that message. She apologized to the Duchess for the the threat, the kind of blackmail threat. But she didn't apologize for using that poor girl as a courier that would definitely be punished and possibly even lose her life if she was, thought to be a spy.
I
Then
think,
She got a raise instead. It worked out okay for her.
I think in most houses she'd be killed.
All right. Okay, so now you have your you have what you're requested to do. And like I said, you can approach this a couple of different ways. She said, "Be delicate," but you do have the means to send house guard, to send spies. So you can infiltrate the cult from a distance. You can send a house guard to, just kind of, roll some people out of their cottages and see what's going on. Or so you can do heavy-handed. Kind of infiltrate a little bit first, or you can just go there yourselves and kind of boots on the ground, see what the situation is.
Orbital bombardment.
Yeah, that's
That's what I'm saying. Clean. He's out of the cult.
The cult is
The
no
cult's
more.
gone. Yeah.
Well,
Can't be in a cult that doesn't exist.
maybe you guys want to look into the cult or decide how we're going to do that. But I do want to contact my spy.
Okay.
And
I think we should send a spy in there just to get us an idea of what we're dealing with,
Okay.
and then we can give the spy, instructions to not engage with anybody, but to bring back information, and then we can go in ourselves and see what we can do.
it's a good idea.
Okay. Yeah, some recon.
And I'm inclined, I think, to try to actually find actual record or logs or notes of this red door. Like I'm more inclined to do library research than
Okay.
spy
There's
stuff.
probably
My whole
information somewhere
yeah.
on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
good.
hoping my embedded spy can give me, what's the son's name?
Renshu. Yeah.
Renshu.
Yeah. RENSU.
I kind of want to get like a psychological profile on Renshu,
Mm-hmm.
as well as full physical description, obviously,
Sure.
and then anything they might know about like their tendencies or their addictions and habits and weaknesses and things like that.
Good.
Believe knives are their weakness. Addictions to spice. I think we got a couple of those already, but I hear what you're saying. I appreciate it.
Nice. Yeah, so I think this will be good. We can so at the beginning of next session, let's make you can make your plans, see how the reconnaissance went, see how the research went, and then you can decide what you want to do as far as pursuing the sun. So he's been on your planet for months, and you didn't know about it.
Yeah, there's a lot they're doing on our planet without our permission. I'm a little off put by this.
Maybe we got to get some surveillance, some satellites going. Cal, get on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
trying to-
if she'd
step back a little bit on this whole no computers thing. I could probably get some automated stuff to get going.
That's right. That's right.
That's kind of a universal rule, though, among all of the.
Not
all the
everyone.
planet-
There's a few people who are doing
The
some
war
stuff.
to decide that was 10,000 years ago. That's how long it's been
Yeah.
since they've had computers.
Yeah, it's kind of settled, right? Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, they settled it.
I'm just saying, man. There's room for growth. We don't even know, like it's so long ago. It's hard to even say what they really meant. You know, things change, language shifts. Maybe they're saying you should build things that look like men and compute
Oh,
things.
blasphemy!
Oh no! Don't let the Duchess hear you say that.
Hey, Kel.
Yeah.
You're a valued asset of this house. I would hate it if Tars would have to kill you. So why don't you just keep that to yourself?
Yeah, don't let the Duchess hear you talking like that.
Yeah, Jack's really pissed off that like he has to put all his plans for vengeance against a completely different house on hold because this house that we thought were our friends are really effing up things.
Yes. What's that about? All right. Well, cool. Yeah, I think that's a good place to break because I think it'll be more of an extended, some extended roles and stuff to start to collect information, and then we'll remember it more. If we do it now, you may not remember what you found out before you go in.
There's not really a notes section on these character sheets.
You can I give you?
There is on the biography part.
Well, yeah, but that's biography.
Well,
No, that's probably what.
you only have like one sentence there, right?
Look, man, it's that biography.
Can we in Foundry? Can we share? Can we just set up a journal that everybody owns and we like make pages? Let's see.
I just have my weirdly written Word document for every one of our games.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I can configure. Yeah, I can
There
give.
is a journal option.
Yeah, I'll make you guys all owner of this notes journal, and feel free to make pages. That'd actually be useful for all of us.
Yeah.
If you want to, so look under the little journal, that little open book option,
Dear Diary,
and everybody, yeah. So, and you can add pages. You should be able to. Let me know if it doesn't work, but you can add pages and then title them whatever you want, and then just like a text editor, just either paste or type anything you want in there. That'll be a good way to remember names and details.
are we going to send in your clerk, or are we going to use a different spy?
I think we're using a different spy. I don't think that's
Okay.
she's not a spy. So
Whoa, man, they got good shit there, man. That's all she says.
yeah.
Jeremy, you'll be all like, she's allowed to break her oath because she's high.
Yeah, it doesn't. It counts like 3 or 4 thread for every.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, cool. Well, yeah. Let me end the stream. So thanks everybody for listening. So we have a young noble to rescue, and we'll see how that goes and what other complications ensue next time. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
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 Bye-bye.